Good morning. I'm Cindy Island here in Leander, Texas, and today we are going to focus on drip irrigation systems. This is the do-it-yourself variety, and then we're going to come back in and cover the whole thing with mulch. I like to go ahead and cover my tubing. I just think it looks nicer to have it covered, and it also helps keep that moisture trapped in. So if you are not familiar with drip irrigation tubing, this is something you can order online. I will put the link below, and it has little holes in it about every foot, and it just emits a drip of water, and the longer you leave it on, the more thoroughly it will water your gardens. So I like to always wear gloves when I'm doing this, any kind of gardening, to protect my hands. These are Cool Job. You get 6 pair in a pack. They're from Amazon, and I can put a link down below. And my favorite tool to dig these trenches, to put the hose in, is a grubbing hoe. This one is about 50 years old, but it still does the job. You can find these at just about any hardware store. So here we go. This is going to be very easy to dig in because this bed was amended. We added a lot of soil to it and a lot of mulch. The mulch is pretty much disappeared now. We're going to refresh the mulch today, but it's not going to be very hard. Other places in my yard where I've started new gardens, this is a real chore. But today it's going to be quite easy. So I will just drag in this nice soft soil. What a treat. I like to get around fairly close to my plants. That's the whole idea, is to water the plants and keep the water from evaporating into the air. This is precious water, and I want it to stay here in the garden, helping out the plants. Okay, so then you get it down in there, and then you're going to get these landscape pins. These are found at any hardware store, and they're about 4 inches long, probably in the landscaping aisle. And you just pin these every so often, about every 2 feet. And I am still old school and have this wired microphone, but pretty soon I'll get a wireless one. That should make it easier. Okay, and then one right here, getting as close to this plant as I can. And then I'll come back and I'll just push this dirt right over the hose. Keeping that water in the soil where I want it and not evaporating into the air. And I'll have this on a timer so that I can set it to water as often as I want. I can travel, I can forget, because that timer will turn it on as I want. Now you have to make sure, check your garden every once in a while, because sometimes things go wrong. But for the most part, the timers have been fairly predictable. Okay, now I'm going to finish. I'll go all the way around, finish burying this, and I'll show you my finished project when I'm done. Okay, so as we laid this out, this has been laid out here for a year, and we're just now getting it buried. And we decided that we have run a little short. So I'm going to take this off. This was the end cap, and I'm going to add some more tubing, and I thought I'd show you how I do that. So there is a tool that you have to have. This is located in the irrigation system of any hardware store, and it's a tubing cutter, and you just figure out where you want to cut. So I'm going to look here. There is a hole right here, so I want to cut just a couple of inches, and you just kind of go several times, and you close and close, and it just so easily, just like butter, cuts this off. And then you open it, and not exactly just like butter, but close enough. And then save this. You can get that off for another project, and then you're going to use something like this. This is a joiner that will join two pieces of pipe for you. And because it's been so hot, I should be able to just push this on. If it's not going on, you can just get a lighter and warm this up a little bit. But let's see what happens. Yep, it's going in. So you push it in about a ½ inch. And then it has this screw system here, and you screw it down, and that locks it in tight. So it will not come off later. I think I did that backwards. Yes, I did. Okay, so that one will not come off. And I do the other piece that I have laying here. This is the piece that I want to add. I do the same thing. Make sure that's clean in there. You don't want to get a lot of dirt inside of these to clog up your holes. Put that in about ½ inch. Okay, and then start screwing that over, and it locks it in tight. Isn't that clever? Somebody came up with that. And now I'm ready to keep on going. And I just want my cameraman, my husband, to just kind of pan down and look at the trench that we have dug so far. We've done pretty good. Still have our helper here. And we'll show you the finished project in just a few minutes. So here's the big reveal. It took us about an hour and 5 bags of shredded mulch. I think it looks much better now, and the plants are going to be so much happier. They have, it's like a little cooling blanket for them. And I think the water will be more readily available to the roots. The drip is all underneath here. You don't see it, and that's really nice. One little tip, when you're putting mulch in, you don't want to get it too close to the plants. Just kind of keep a little, like a few inches away from the base of each plant. And now I'm going to walk you over and show you how we connect this to our own faucets. So this is probably the most important thing we've done around here. This set it and forget it method of watering using the timer has been just wonderful. We can water at 4:30 in the morning if we want, while we're still in bed. Things are happening out here. We can go on trips, and it's a great way to conserve water, put out just exactly the amount that you need, and then it'll turn off. So thank you for joining me today. I hope this video was informative and will help you get out and start gardening and do it the easy way.